get more of that, and I'm sure we will. It's just kind of a case of which way it swings at the end of the day. MIBR looking really strong, like you say, moving in with form, moving in with where they are on the map. For the win, just didn't quite have, you know, the extra few rounds in the tank, as it were, and sort of fizzling out towards that tail end. Money gets away from them, sure, but the one thing they've got here, CT side start, right? And as we're saying at the moment, you've got to be competent on that T side. We'll see what MIBR have got in store.
Funny utility could be an inner hit. 2 Molotovs on a pistol round. That is, that's bold. Very bold. Players going up on the roof. BRN is on. Getting close to Squeaky. Players still outside ramp for the moment, so they's beginning to be lined up. Free outside Squeaky. Surely the hit's about to come in, and these Molotovs could prove so deadly. Players behind Silo. There's nobody top hut to find that one, and they're exploding out on the flashes. DDias isolated out. Gil still behind the silos is quick to be felt. Arrozdoce's trying to do something from heaven, but these entries, they're just formidable, and this is exactly what we saw as well on Vertigo on that T-side pistol. They are so good at just rolling onto these sides with the Glocks and finding heads.
Yes, absolutely. A couple kills at the end there from KST, I suppose, will help out with whatever kind of buy they decide to go for, but MIBR not really bothered how it comes, just that it does. They are anticipating the force buy here with the 3 rifles, 2 SMGs even, you could say. Is a one too many, but perhaps looking to pick the pace up once again. They will be against a pretty formidable buy from the opposite side. I don't know. Maybe we could have seen a FAMAS dropped across or something from KST, but not going to go for anything too unorthodox. Just the regular old second round force buy. So MIBR, quick outside execute, get a player with that outside control, and he's probably going to discover that it's pretty open right now.
Players on the roofs. Safe to say, I think a mini split is going to follow very soon. Jota, good positioning. Look at the mini map as well, Scriv. 2 rotations down. They've just killed the player by CT vent. This is honestly ideal right now. Smoke's going to slow them down, but as long as they beat out these rotates, it's going to be looking great.
Go looking to stay close, though, find a little sneaky spot. He's going to opt on top of hut. Meanwhile, this is what they're buying time for, isn't it? Jota's found all this room. Should be able to seal the deal from here. Coming in nice and safe. Ooh, the player on top of hut will indeed spot him out at the final second, but unfortunately not really going to be enough. Arrozdoce, he had some support here. Could have got a bit more done. DDias trying to hold in from the back vent. They actually do a fair bit of damage there. A lot more than I was anticipating. But all the same, MIBR are going to get that second on the board. They do need to be very careful from here, though, that they honestly can't lose anyone in this round.
Got a little scary. There's just so many players in and around the vent that it made it tricky. Probably the only spot where the player in heaven couldn't truly help out. So all's well that ends well. I think it's okay. Round wins the main thing to stave off the reset. And as you mentioned, this is just around about keeping it clean. Nade takes Diaz very low, and look at this. The pace is just endless. Aggressively out. Oh my god. Oh my god. A taser kill. I haven't seen one of those for ages. That's amazing.
It has been a while, and it's what we always love to see, right? You can never tell when they're out because they're not on the hood. These custom hoods, you know, why include them? They very rarely do anything. They very rarely come out. But that old zap noise, there's nothing better than it in Counter-Strike, to be honest. That yelp of death and desperation. Wonderful stuff. Nothing for it, of course. Just the, you know, bragging rights in the mind game.
So I was casting the other day on Nuke, okay? And there was a 99 damage taser.
What?
And since then, I felt denied. I felt teased, you know, that it was going to come, the taser kill. And finally, the redemption. In from Tetris. A beauty. The taser kill, the infamous, the elusive. We've got it.
How... I've seen, like, you know, because you pull them out a fair bit in, like, games and stuff, right? So I've seen, like, 85 damage, I think, if you're just outside the range. But I don't think I've ever seen 99.
It was, so I think, if I remember correctly, the player was in the hut entrance, as in on the site side, and the player was trying to plant on the silos, or just swinging out there. So I don't know, about 2 meters, 99 damage.
Disaster. Oh, speaking of, great little flash there for Diaz. Perfect timing on it. Gets that first kill. He's going to make it away. You know, there's no one around to trade. So really, really solid opener there for the CT side.
He didn't see the other players, though. And there might be a bit of kind of a false confirmation that it is really A. They've actually isolated a 2-on-1. Granted, Diaz's angle is epic. It's really hard to deal with, but they found a lot of space. The rotator a tad off, and you can see how quickly they're accelerating. Good dink, but not the frag. And whilst the space was good, the frags were not. So for the win, stabilizing, and all off the back of that early bit of team play and the kill towards outer.
Well, will be a hold of the rifles here. MIBR, of course, got cash to buy. They were actually the poorest players there that were holding those guns, so it does make sense. But now, kind of need an answer back and fast. Otherwise, for the win, I'm going to start turning the narrative in this one. And that CT side, man, on this map especially, it can really just roll and take over and become kind of unstoppable once they figure things out, figure what you're up to. So, yeah, I think that MIBR have got to watch themselves in these next couple of rounds, Alan.
Arrozdoce taken extremely low. Was that spam? Was that a Molotov? That is...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think spam initially and then...
Did he get mollied off hut and then spammed? Is that what happened?
I think so. Something like that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a big deal. I mean, he can try and force headshot fights from top hut, but it's not going to be the easy. DDias again towards Secret. He loves this position. This Molotov. I think it's the CT side to give him something to peek behind, and Joda equally is skulking around outside of Mini here, so... Who's going to blink first? Because Diaz might think it's clear and move up and get a nasty surprise.
Agile, up close. This is his domain right here, if he can get it done. He's got the right read. This smoke's starting to go down. They're going to boost over it as well. I don't know if he's been spotted. He's definitely heard them now, but finding the bullets is the hard part. Beautiful little bit of movement there. Runs out of ammo, though. And that looked to be another one for him. Not going to be the case. 4-on-4, therefore. 25 seconds left. They're going to opt to drop down. I think there is a player relatively ready for this one in Stadodo. Door opens. Oh. Misses the shot and loses his head. God damn. And that has to be the round, surely. 4v3 on the retake, you know, with low HP and no utility. I don't think they really fancy their chances. They've also split the players up, right? So you don't know it, but you're in a position to get crunched. This is a bit weird. Oh, arrozdoce will be kicking himself. And now a 4v2. Might not even get all these players out as well. Yep. Jota with a nice little 2k at the tail end.
What a round. What a round. I mean, you only get one chance to shoot Arrozdoce, don't you? If you don't connect, he's removing your head. He's been just absolutely formidable in this series. And if we're talking about the previous MIBR roster, I know Arrozdoce had a couple stints coming up from the academy team where he played with this core of players and put in good performances. With the last squad, though, he was AWPing, and I kind of felt it was a waste, because it doesn't speak to his strengths, even if he is a competent AWPer. So I think he's in the right spot, Scriv. I mean, he's just completely bonkers at opening bomb sites. He's honestly, his first bullet accuracy is out of this universe. Ridiculous.
Jota trying to get the catch. It's Diaz, though. Spots his shadow, I guess, around T-Red. Henny left on 50 with a bit of spam. Nade might just make it to him as well. Indeed it does. So he's left very, very low indeed. A beautiful start then for the win here on, you know, what is a really important return round.
tough call now for the T side because you've already burnt all your smokes on Aldo. You haven't sold that presence. So how do you pressure the CTs into a bad position? You can't go A right now. There's too many defenders. Got Dodo in secret. I honestly can't see the gap, Scrib. This is a great setup for the CT side.
If Alan can't see him, they don't exist, that's for sure. Dodo, missed shot and a repeat. That might be your gap. The nade's a little panicked and doesn't really make it in. He's still sticking around. He's bought an awful lot of time with his presence there, right? And kind of locked off secret as an option. So I guess in through mini making a lot of noise. Maybe try and get some players in towards heaven. They're really not sure, right? And you can see it. 20 seconds, couple flashes come round. But arrozdoce has got the position. Agil's got the first face. That should be all she wrote, to be honest with you. They'll kind of zone into where Agil is at. DDias goes down. Bomb drop. No time to get that one down. Exit. Now looking for damage, but he cannot find any. For the win with a great return. They only lose one as well.
Yeah, as mentioned, it's just so difficult to side Nuke if you can't. If you've already lost those outer smokes and you're at a man deficit and you haven't got space elsewhere on the map. I will say they actually made, in my opinion, an excellent kind of piece of a call there to fake event dive. And that was the only way with their amount of utility you could force the CDs into even a remotely awkward position. So try to make the best of a bad situation, but it's just too tough on a map as T-side as this. And look at this buy. Tech9, 3 AKs, but only 3 smokes. This is borderline, and I'm surprised, Scrib, they didn't drop onto more Galils and such for more nades because, I mean, if you're going to do outer smokes, that's essentially all your utility down immediately.
Faster round coming in here from that T side, looking to charge through. Agil can't really find anything. He buys a bit of time. Dodo in with a trade, looking to get that retake smoke down immediately as well. They have been firmly locked out of this one. No open plant, no chance for DDias to get a spam through. KST moving round, gets one, loses his head the second time though. Yorenazan is down below. This could be deadly. Good for one, good for two. Beautiful stuff. And as Alan said, he just ain't missing. DDias, what can you get done? Only one found, and MIBR brute forcing their way to a 5th. Just
a laser beam. A literal laser beam. Doesn't miss. And he honestly might be the best Galil player in the world. It's getting ridiculous. The number of rounds where he's just finding multi-frag after multi-frag despite the Galil. Beautiful. And Henny had a couple nices in the middle, and giving credit to Henny, I mean, he had a troublesome first map. Of course, his team still emerged victorious, but he wasn't a huge factor in that. And despite having to rifle a lot of this T side, Henny's found formidable impact, so great recovery on his behalf.
Solid position they find themselves in now, isn't it, to be honest? 6 already, you would assume, on this T side. Really, really, really good spot. DDias, can't find the head, really needed it there. We'll leave Jota pretty damn low, but yeah, that first kill in rounds like this, I think it's quite nice to get, and maybe you'll see some of these other MIBR players sort of loosen up, as it were. Arrozdoce above. That Molotov. Good for a couple. Whoa, and that headshot landed through another player, right? So that was nearly a double. And now look how low they are if he'd found that one. But even then, the flank coming in here. Another Deagle KST. Could get the catch. His steps everywhere, though. He's really unsure of where to look. This is such a big spot, such a big moment. Gonna find 1, 2. Not sure where the third one is, but surely it's all said and done and Dodo will steal it away. I'd written them off in that one, but for the win, they are always capable.
Wow, what a round. And they needed that. This was spiraling out of control. And what should have been the gimme, what should have been one of the easier rounds so far in this half for MIBR. I mean, that was 2 headshots, and I think he also collated the other through the head for almost a collateral headshot there. So, near on 300 damage from arrozdoce. aggression, though, again. They love these fast rounds out of Squeak, taking a lot of damage for their trouble. Good news is the bomb is dropped down towards lower, but KST's already on site, so could be tough to get this plant without any nadage left.
Yeah, they put the brakes on as well. Obviously, that kind of allows for rotation.
Oh, look at the map. Look at the map. They fully rotated upper.
Ooh, okay. So it's kind of worked in a way. Maybe they're just thinking that one made it down and not the bomb. Yeah, the fake out here, but
they've got neither side.
What's going on? They've got like so much confusion, you know, running the interference right now on the MIBR side.
Do they think it's A?
For a second, at least. Yeah, they do. They do.
Oh, God.
And you make it about here, and you figure out that it's not that time. It's just going to be everything, isn't it? That's Nuke in a nutshell, though. You do have to feel for them, right? It's a bit hard to tell. If you can hear the bomb, is usually your default move, Jota. What? Big double. That's got to abort it. An MIBR with a stolen round of their own.
How? What's just happened? I mean, in the words of Henry, what a blunder. I mean, what just happened? For the win. I mean, there was a couple MIBR players taking duels towards outer just before here, as you're seeing on the replay. And for the win, massively over-rotate. Not to leave even one player on the ramp side of lower. I mean, they knew a player could be down. And they hadn't seen bomb. I mean, it beggars belief, maybe a communication mistake. Maybe somebody said the bomb was on the upper site, and I don't know, Scriv. I mean, what just happened? And then they retake A when the bomb makes a different sound? I'm lost for words.
Yeah, it's one of those sort of nuanced things, though, isn't it? Like I was saying in the moment, I think if you hear the noise, right, it is one of them, isn't it? Where I don't know that in the heads they're quite keen enough to differentiate. I'm not sure. Trying to look for a few excuses, but it could be a massive.
It might be the case
point.
that on LAN, it's with the in-ears, it's a little bit harder to hear. That could be a possible explanation.
Yeah, I mean, even then, with just all the madness going on, right? It just takes that one, and you got to trust in your teammates. It just takes that one guy to try and put 2 and 2 together, and unfortunately get 5, but thinking, you know, 5's the right answer, if you catch a my drift. And just say, oh yeah, it's A. And then it's like, actually, no, it didn't. Diaz. Oh, gonna get taken down, that's unlucky. I mean, at the very least, it's information. Arrozdoce keeping him at bay. Maybe calling for some support as well, but MIBR in a really good spot, especially if they can get this kill cleanly. He's going to let them pass and just try and take that timing fight. Doesn't get it. But again, they're so ready on this B-bomb site. Ooh. No way Fiorenazan finds this. Okay, arrozdoce will take him down. He is indeed mortal. But where are the rest of them?
AST walking back, felt like he had to find information, and he gets punished. And it's we've seen a lot of these rounds, Scriv, where it's musical chairs with these bomb sites. Players are rotating everywhere, giving up now to MIBR. arrozdoce unchecked towards Dark. Turtle, oh, it is in the open, shielded by the smoke. Thank God for that. He's going to just about escape, and there's a player above arrozdoce. He's not long for this world of Gil. Trying to find opportunities, but none being presented, and Jota, look at him. Ready and waiting. Good flick. But shouldn't be a lot of consequence of this HP remaining as MIBR streak their way to 7.
Yeah, really scary scoreline to have now, isn't it? I think this early on to the first half, their map pick for the win just looking really worse for wear on this. It was kind of what we expected, but even then, a couple chances for them to soften the blow, close the gap. All those kind of cliche phrases. Unfortunately, MIBR have continued to upset them and just keep a really solid lead. I'd say 7 rounds on your T side's got to be enough if they can get any more than this, which they probably will. It should be all said and done at the turn of the half. Bar some madness, which we are hoping we're going to get some madness. But it looks like MIBR are just in full control here.
Yeah, we had the one round where they lost to the Deagles. That was That was some amazing shooting from arrozdoce, and there were opportunities for MIBR to win that round. I don't think it was nearly as egregious as some of the rounds we saw on Vertigo, and that for me is the difference here on Nuke, is that MIBR are playing cleaner Counter-Strike, and I think, I mean, some of these CT rotates have been bizarre, to put it lightly, for the win, and maybe that lack of experience is starting to truly show with this lineup on Nuke.
Few exit kills here for the boys. Oh, a nice little dink, to be fair. It's actually through the vent, though. Doesn't really do any damage, so unlucky. Any guns taken away would be huge, but it looks like not really going to get that. In the same vein, they're probably going to hold on to their AWP, the all-important AWP. So, yeah. Bit of an anticlimactic one, unfortunately, folks, but looking pretty damn good. MIBR continuing to grow that lead.
You need to see those pauses, don't we? Had a few timely ones from both teams on Vertigo, but this is really borderline panic stations for the win. If we get to double digits, I'm sorry, I don't see it. MIBR, they're more experienced on Nuke. They'll like the CT side. Players like Henny are already playing good CS, so this is so close to being out of control, and this round is everything. I think for the win simply have to win this one, and Jota has no interest in making it easy. Sure, he gets traded, but the amount of pressure he's applied is phenomenal. Good news is Dodo's found his feet and 2 fast frags.
Exit, just trying to prod and poke. Henny on following the footsteps as well, hoping that maybe he gets the cheeky kill. The round itself looks to be secured here for the win, especially with a flash, a molly, and a Mac 10 involved, right? It's not really an awful lot of anything. Looking good, especially with that bomb hitting the deck for me. I don't think that they really find too much here. Nice wide swing. Henny on 3 HP. Trying to just flash his way out, but can't. And that will indeed be a fourth. For the win, definitely needing that. As we talked about, the prospect of getting to double digits was pretty close. So they will stave MIBR off that for now. But immediate timeout from MIBR. So here we are. This is what we want to see.
I've liked their pausing in this series so far. It's been timely. It's been, you know, the amount of times where we watch games and there's still 3 pauses left when we're going to 25 plus rounds, it's too much. MIBR, maybe even Bits chipping. I mean, with the way this team is organized, with the shuffling of in-game leaders, it's my heavy assumption that Bit is essentially running this team from the coaching position. So using those pauses well, and maybe he's even come in now to call this round. That's something Bit is very, very adept at, and that's how he has impact in these games, is calling the pauses at the right time.
So going for an outside execute, trying to work around it, make something a bit weird happen, as kind of is the meta with those outside executes, right? It's like playing on the conventional thinking and bending your way around it, especially, you know, for the Brazilian scene. Bit of a weird way for Turtle to drop that Molotov, but whatever.
Never floats your boat. It's got to be the A-pop. Plenty of players here. Got the lurker towards outer, so they want to split from mini again. And looking at the CT side, one's dropped. The back of the site. They could really do a back silo molly. And they might be able to get one very soon.
Really biding the time. Arrozdoce. Great spot. Not moving away, not making too much noise. Finds his kill, and indeed, the rest of them kept at bay. Arrozdoce coming in for more. What a round. Holding them from hut. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Bombers hit the deck. Too many bodies here to now deal with. Birenazan, the only one left. Exactly where he's at right now. Yeah, just too many bodies to deal with. A fantastic little round coming in from Arrozdoce.
Great hold, and what was going down in the middle of that is just before MIBR committed. They tried to pressure ramp and force a rotate, but the flashes were not on points. DDias was not taking off the angle. So they never forced the rotates. They're still free on A, and as soon as arrozdoce wins that first duel, there's nobody else coming out hut for the trade. So he's earned himself a monstrous CT position, kind of cross-firing with your teammates from heaven, and couldn't really have gone any better. So in terms of the storyline of damage limitation on the CT side, you know what? It's already looking a hell of a lot easier on the eyes.
Arrozdoce down below. Oh, we see a kill up top as well that might just make his job a little bit harder. DDias trying to trade out. Henny's going to take down Arrozdoce as he does indeed just get overwhelmed from both sides trying to defend, and no support, right? Bomb going to go down. Agil's at least battled back some control towards single door. Two of them to come in from there, and now some recovered weapons. Flash goes in. Is the onus on MIBR to find kills and make the engagements happen? Maybe not when you're already a man up and you've got players that are very low. We'll see what happens and whether it comes back to bite them. Exit. Somewhat of a flank here. There's a tap onto the bomb. A couple players to get through. Found one. Player in the smoke, though, unaccounted for, and he's going to find the kills. He will go down, as will DDias. No, just about survives. But for the win, surviving disaster there to find number 6.
Well, they couldn't lose another to a kind of a half force buy down on that lower bomb site. So scave it off this time. And honestly, losing the guns, losing the numbers, it just doesn't matter when we're going into round 15. Economy is not a factor anymore as long as they can full invest. So here we go. It's already streaked it back a little bit to make it up to 6. 7 would be all the better. Give them a great chance if they did actually find a pistol in the following. Whereas MIBR, a couple questions, because I don't think they found a great opening on a gun round for a while, and the call this time is 3 down lower. Going to poke that side of the map.
Diaz. Okay. Arrozdoce is going to get caught off as well, yeah? Trying to make it away silently, but again, they maybe found the area that is abusable in that previous round. KST. Not in a pesky position. Meanwhile, exit. That should be your kill every day of the week. And that may well have just opened us back up. The AWP still stands. They're playing super patient here. Can try and make a move in. Meanwhile, on the top side, Birenazan has maybe found the gap. KST. Timing. Not going to get it. He's actually going to get timing. No. Ah, he will. Okay, Jota does take him down. DDias. Final round, 1v4 on an AWP, half HP. You'd never see this happen in a month of Sundays, as my good friend Trav would say. But all the same, he's going to have to go for it.
Truly surrounded now. I mean, it almost looks like he's saving, but it is indeed the last round of the half. About 20 seconds left on this bomb. As DDias tries to make something happen, feels in vain, and indeed it is. 9 rounds on the T side for MIBR in touching distance now of winning this series.
Looking good here for MIBR. They're on 9 rounds, moving into their CT side of their map. Pick 1 map up already. So For the Win going to have the work cut out for them, and it all starts here with the pistol, Alan.
5 armor CT side. That's a statement. T side. Nade at the ready. Is that going to go into the squeaky door? Yes, it is, but it's just a ruse. Pressure's on ramp, but 2 players here. BRN is and connects with the first. Can't get a second as Henny gives ground. Being chased down, and he hits the deck. Joda's trying to recover, but at a man disadvantage, this is looking great For the Win.
Ooh, yep, looking really solid. Jota, he needed more out of it, and what are they doing? You know, they're just not stopping. No one really taking any time, but maybe in all this chaos, he can find a way back in. He's found another head, and they line up at the end. Could you imagine? But unfortunately, it will be left to the imagination. For the Win, bringing us back down to reality, get themselves that 7th, and of course, the all-important pistol.
I like how the whole map is distilled down to a 2 square meter piece of vent at the end.
Yeah.
But all the frags and all the action, there's the millimeters between that being a 2K headshot and an unbelievable pistol clutch from the MIBR player. Pause comes in For the Win as maybe they're just respecting the gravity of this anti-force by maybe even calming down a bit after the pistol if they get a bit overexcited. So settle the nerves, talk through this round, because as we saw on Vertigo, they lost out on the force by wars that time. This would be catastrophic if they can't convert this pistol.
Player spotted out. Shota, of course, smoked away here. DDias pretty quiet as he's moving down in towards Secret. There is a gap in it, so he loses his kneecaps, but still able to keep on running. Still, For the Win, I think they're, you know, on board with UL, and they know how important this is. Really looking kind of tense, actually, and not wanting to mess this one up.
That's the bomb. That's the bomb. Joda is traded, but all 4 of the MIBR players are on the site, ready to face. BRN finds a second, taken down in the end, but this is already becoming considerably more chaotic than For the Win would have wanted. arrozdoce under pressure as 2 players trying to force fights out of hut. Henny taken low. Tries to peek out with Turtle in the end, but they haven't got eyes on this player, and arrozdoce playing it well, as For the Win do indeed stabilize.
All good in the end. So, should be an even scenario, moving into a 9-9. And then, you never know, right? We saw on map number 1, they were really struggling on both sides, actually, to keep that money in a solid spot. So it could become a factor here again. But it's tough. It's tough. This CT side, we don't need the best buys in the world, right?
KSD's been knifed in the back.
Ooh, yes. That is kind of annoying. And, you know, with, again, close round, you can see where the money's at, right? It's one of those where we like to say
yes.
no. No return kills. We've got 2. And he's going. This is a good spot for it. This is a good spot for it. Come on.
Oh, imagine.
Surely with 2.
Dodo, he's ruining the party. Look at this.
Oh, checking for a few more. And we'll have to find that frag. You know, no knife coming in or anything. It actually shows up. Okay, interesting. It does show up on the hood now. I didn't know that. Or maybe it's when they've got it pulled out that it shows up. Either way. Very cool.
Shout out to ESL for giving us the taser graphics. But Henny, where is he? Still around A at the moment. And taser down, boys.
Both of them in the deck now. Not going to get another one in the... I mean, 2 in 1 game. Come on, that is a lot to ask for, to be fair to them.
True, true. The CS gods would not permit us such extravagance. But who has got extravagance is the bank account for the win. Look at this, looking great. 5 alive. Sedodo even says, I'm buying into the AWP. So, you know what? Tied up 9-9. Might be on the weaker side, but they've got more cash in the bank. So, absolutely game on.
Bit awkward with the molly coming round. Arrozdoce, though, through the smoke, going to find Turtle. That is a nasty, nasty frag. 5 on 4. An immediate drop down from Jota, but I mean, you know, you lose a player that early on, it really does throw a spanner in the works, mate. You don't know where to look, what to adjust. So, pretty disastrous start, actually.
And he spots two. He spots two, and I think he caught eye on the bomb there. Desperately needs some teammates to rotate lower. I think Jota was low, but came up just at the wrong time. Readjusting now from ramp, and actually, I'd love to see them make an over-rotation lower and the man down. Arrozdoce is on site, but he's going to need help. And he's close by. First goes the way of BRN, but he's taken so low. Tries to reposition. Nade takes him down even lower. Another dink. This kid is so good at finding damage from awkward positions.
Really scary to play against. Nice frag, though. Massive stuff. Not able to get another, but still. Look how much damage has indeed been done in the A-bomb site. Super vulnerable. Off the back of it, they have managed to, you know, pull the fast one, as it were. Exit. Only the 4 kills for him so far. Diaz going to move into that back vent. They really go for this. I think they probably need a player to, you know, stick out with these HP bars. So, not going to happen for the win. Not messing it up. And they actually now take the lead for the first time in a long time.
Looking good. I mean, that was a great mid-round call. Arrozdoce on the lurk is doing great. He's staying alive. He's gathering information. And the moment he calls the lobby push, well, you've probably seen 2 of the remaining 3 players, Scriv. It doesn't take rocket science to join the dots and work out that the A site can't be well defended, especially when you're pressuring lower. So, thread the needle, find the gap, go towards A, and nobody's there. So, I enjoyed that round. That was the best yet from For the Win. That was epic.
So, pretty difficult round coming up here, right? MIBR, actually, everything on a bit of a knife edge, to be honest. They really got to watch themselves. Fast outside coming in from For the Win. No one really presenting from MIBR, right? I think they know, again, it's that sort of tense kind of play. Super, super safe. Jota in the back of carriage. Keep your eyes on this, because it's always difficult to clear these angles out. He certainly could coming away with 1, 2 information as well. But they're going to go walking down secret. So that in and of itself is maybe information. You know, he doesn't see any players outside. Watch out for the B play. He'll probably try and get some timing moves in a second here as well. So
take a look at the mini-map, though. Nobody from MIBR is lower. They've made a bit of a gamble, I think, that without a noise cue, they couldn't be down. And this is a huge mistake. They might have to save Scriv once the bomb gets planted. They're going to get blindsided as soon as this nades comes in towards the vent. And what do? I don't think this retake is on. The Earthbound's going to be so strong.
They'll look for one, won't they? They'll try and look for an opener somewhere. I mean, a nice read here from Arrozdoce. He's also spotted the barrel, so they'll get a kill here. Oh, I thought for a second maybe they wouldn't, but indeed, it looks like it will be a save.
What a mistake.
Yeah.
And what a...
huge kind of gamble, to be honest.
It was either, you know, a basic I thought you were rotating, no, I thought you were rotating scenario, or they truly gambled that nobody was down, or maybe Jota's saying they're not down because he didn't hear anything. I mean, at the end of the day, play by the rules, break them when you need to, you know? That was a huge error.
Happens, my man. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, certainly could be one that comes back to bite them. They're going to go for a timeout. Hoping, praying, that they can kind of get back in, because it might just start slipping away from them. They're really struggling here on the CT side, and they seem indeed kind of, stuck for ideas and a bit tense, really. I think that's kind of what it comes down to for me, is a freeze up from the callers, perhaps.
Yeah, I think they might adjust outer, because that was such a huge mistake that maybe they think that we need to start playing in secret. So there's no chance of anything like that being a possibility. Early nadage coming in towards outer, but they haven't thrown the right nades to block these smokes. So again, tough decision, and you can see Jot is already lower. So this is the adjustment, but it leaves A exposed. If they can get into midi, this is dangerous.
KST, big kill. Another one probably coming in here. I mean, arrozdoce gone down. Turtle trying. Biranizan also finding a frag in from behind. He's dropped the bomb. Where's he come from? And it has really, really confused them here. It's all going to be down to Dias. A big frag, though, onto Biranizan. Maybe a bit too wide around the corner. Exit's only got 23 HP, and Dias creeping around to find him. Huge 1v2, despite the heroics of the big man. MIBR still not got a CT round.
I thought Biranizan was going to be the savior there, but as I was kind of illuminating as it played out, the risk of starting a player in secret is there's nobody around to help him towards A. And losing that duel before the mini split was everything. If he gets one for one on outer, I don't think For the Win can win that round. So, issues across the board, 4 timeouts. So credit to Bit. I think he's doing everything he humanly can to slow this game down. But they need to make an adjustments. Maybe Henny on the AWP gives them some more options, but they can't keep allowing these scenarios on outer to go the way of For the Win.
Yeah, this is really scary territory now, to be honest. Henny, not fast enough. Spotted a player outside at the very least. It is once again an outside execute, but a much wider one. As looking to creep in. He's going to be heard. He's going to be spotted, but it is again another fast A hit that looks super, super effective. They know where the man on the side is coming from as well here, so you'd assume maybe one more for him and then a trade. Jota trying, but as that smoke goes down, it's so awkward to find the fight. Biranizan hoping to follow in the footsteps, but it's not happening. For the Win are doing it. 13 comes through. Henny left by himself. No option but to save.
Stunning stuff. 7 in a row. Talked about it a lot in that first half, and 6 shouldn't have been enough. 6 was already damage limitation, and it just felt like as soon as it got onto CT, MIBR, they're comfortable on this map. They beat big on it just a couple days ago, so surely they're going to cruise to victory. And I mean, what hasn't gone wrong on the CT side? They're losing outer consistently. A bomb site, those 2 players getting ruined by flashes every time there's an execute. It's systemic collapse. There's no other words. MIBR are falling out of this game. We'll accept for Dust 2. And you wouldn't bet against For the Win with this kind of form they're showing at the moment. This is kind of unthinkable after the first half.
Look, man, it's maybe one of those. You're already a map up. You find yourself 9 rounds on that T side. Job's done. Easy. And you start to get ahead of yourself. And For the Win, they've, well, I think just a lot of spirit, really. It doesn't look to be, the craziest kind of reads or whatever. They just make a lot of these early decisions and go with it. Some set rounds, some set ideas. And MIBR, they're the ones making it difficult for themselves. We're looking at another, quick sort of approach in towards A. Been through hut. Now looks to be, through door. Nice little smoke. And he'll find the first frag as well while blinded. So MIBR looking to find a turnaround. And I think it is a fair thing to point out. A lot of the conventional and baseline utility, especially on A, has not actually been all that common from MIBR in the past few rounds. Smoke on towards door, molly on towards hut. They have been kind of lacking, and For the Win have noticed that, and they have indeed abused that fact.
Certainly rings true that it just feels like MIBR are getting a lot of the simple CS wrong, which sometimes goes neglected when you're focusing on the big-time strategy and complicated executes. Especially with a new lineup, you've got to have good fundamentals, and this has not been a CT side to shout about in terms of fundamentals. This round, though, is looking great. First frag from Henny on the player peeking hut, and from there, kind of dribbling in one by one are these Portuguese players. Just Stododo remaining, and might even think about the save.
Not going to happen, Chief. So here we are, MIBR. It's taken them a while, but they've finally managed to break the curse. They've got around on their CT side. Okay. They've got a couple more to get before they can break the money. But that was a good effort at it. We'll see. For the Win, they have a lot of time. They have a lot of timeouts in particular to try and rewrite the narrative once again.
Another good pause. We're going to keep saying it during this game, but take your time as much as possible. This round and the following are everything. If you win even one of them, the MIBR are in so much trouble, economically and round-wise. So breathe and really talk about it, because a lot of these have been set rounds as well, Script. They haven't been, default into clever mid-round. It's been a lot of set plays, and when you do that, you need to make sure everyone knows their role. Otherwise, it could be a little bit problematic.
All right, let's see. What is the game plan? What is the, the re-up, as it were, for the Win? Bit more of an answer back. MIBR looking good with the early stages. Not getting flummoxed, not getting caught out, right? And they've got this conventional utility we were talking about. However, For the Win, not really battling them. So is it a waste of utility? Is that what they're trying to get out from the CT side now?
I think there's an element of, if you're MIBR, just survive the first 30 seconds and your chances elevate enormously. I love this setup. You can see got Henny in towards Secret, covering off that position. We've got A loaded up with players. And Turtle, as we can see, is being wisely cautious about mini. Flashbang is good, but exit top of the side and manages to dodge. The trades, though, all go in favor of For the Win. That was immense entering. That setup did not complement each other at all. They all just took individual duels and died immediately. Wow, that was incredible.
Just a bit slower, right? I mean, they've kind of conditioned MIBR to get used to this super fast approach. And immediately it's gone. It's out the window. So For the Win, looking pretty good here. Looking really good, I have to say. I think we're probably moving across to a third now. It does get weird if we head to that third because, MIBR, it's kind of their contingency. It's a really good map. But yeah, this is surprising. For the Win, really, really giving it to them here on Nuke.
It's also the manner of this second half of Nuke is, of course, at the top of the show, we talked about Dust 2 feels heavily MIBR, but the map doesn't matter when you're making mistakes like these. Honestly, this is tough stuff. At least they save the guns and can buy again, but what isn't going wrong for MIBR? These A site holds have just been disastrous, and For the Win, set round upon set round upon set round, they just seem to have infinite success as they run in with the nade onto A.
Henny with a tag. Re-peeking in off the back of the flash, and well, there's a kill as well as that tag, so pretty big damage. Good to see the aggression and that they are not phased despite looking down the barrel of 15. That's a hell of a way to start. He was quiet on that first map, looking pretty damn good here, isn't he?
Taking the game into his own hands, he's clearly recognized that right now our standard Counter-Strike isn't working. ABCCS and slow mid-rounding is not favoring us. DDias. He wasn't spotted. Okay. This is intriguing. This is very interesting because it's not as easy as it seems to get impact out of this player because you've got to make a noise cue to truly get onto a bomb site. So what's the call? Are they going to try and force a player back ramp and then he picks up that player on the rotation? Work to be done. And they've actually got him out of decon. Have they heard him? Oh, this could be everything.
Looks like not. Diaz caught one already. No one else up here. He's going to go for the knife, isn't he? Yeah. Lovely. That'll get in Henny's head as well. We've only got 15 seconds left in the round, so they do need to be a bit quick with it. But as you can see, no one is down. No one is here on that CT side. Jota going to fall. Now they've got the man advantage even. The 4-on-4 was looking, you know, a bit shaky with the HP bars. Turtle to find a kill. Pretty big kill. Dodo spamming away. He's left very low indeed. Diaz needs this one and he gets it. Lovely little off angle. 3 versus 2. Back into the advantage situation. Turtle trying to wrestle the round back and so far doing a damn good job. It's a combined HP of 22. But arrozdoce in behind. Could get them both and he will. Oh my goodness, 15 hit for the win. No foot wrong right now for this T side.
Amazing, simply amazing. arrozdoce by far the best player on the server at the moment. Henny's found fragged, but not of this sort of impacts. And I mean, there were maybe 2 seconds where they weren't spotting the Adacross and round crumbles. That was amazing mid-rounding by For the Win to apply a lot of pressure out of Squeaky and make it impossible to hear the decon door open. So credit to them, fast thinking, and what a terrorist half they played so far. This is unbelievable.
It's what we like though, man. Keeping it interesting, keeping the series open. Turtle. Didn't have a bad round in the previous. It has, again, been a rough game and a rough half, as it has for many of the MIBR players. 5 in a row required. I mean, any in a row, really, you know, looking down the barrel of the loss is super, super difficult, but 5 in a row feels like a real struggle for a team that's only found 1 so far in half 2.
Indeed. 9-1. It's where we stand at the moment on the second half. Figures do not paint a great picture. Arenizan tucked in the corner. And he's reasonably close by, but this is a hard position to make work. You have to find early frags, and BRN doing work. KST takes a dink for his trouble as well. That's bomb dropped, information handed over. Dodo may have made it down. But it looks like Joda's, with that information, making the right call. So, looking good here. He'll at least get to 11.
Yep. Dodo maybe looking for a bit of damage, right, to make life difficult in these future rounds, but ultimately not expecting him to find it. 20 seconds. Round's going to be over at this point, and he's just going to move to save because it's kind of the only option, so fair enough. Will be the 11th for MIBR, extending a little bit. And another round picked up, but they have a lot more work to do if they are to take us to the overtime.
Money also is still good for the Win. Next buy is going to be just fine. Maybe in the following, they could spell some trouble. But they'll be hoping it doesn't even get that far. And no AWP on Henny, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth. I'd love that. Aranizan, though, been a monster during the series. Held them in so many rounds they had no business being in whatsoever. And they need their young guns to keep firing on all cylinders if they want to get this 4 in a row for overtime.
Lining up for one of these outside executes a bit later on into the round, actually. We've seen them, you know, do these really quickly and then, yeah, use it, fake it, send a player through as, you know, can happen, right? But this is a bit later into the round, nearly a minute gone. So this, I think they're trying to really sell that they're going to use it, right? I don't know, man, with no real utility, just the smokes and flashes. I think the idea is that if you leave it late, it gives the idea that maybe you've thrown them from closer rather than back in T-spawn, because of course you've got so much ground to make up. But they've not bought it on the MIBR side. That is the thing. They're very, very ready for this A hit. Nice find from Turtle. In comes the cavalry. He's going to get another. Beautiful stuff. And, well, now it's just a case indeed, as always on the A site, of too many bodies. Up from behind comes Jota to end the round. There's a bit of damage in there, but for the win, ultimately not a chance. 3 more to go.
Right, now we're getting close. Now we're getting close because surely an eco path by at best is going to follow. 4th timeout comes out, Scriv. That is the 8th of the map, and that should paint a picture of how much of a roller coaster this has been, where neither team able to really stamp home in authority. See what they go for. They could hero AK is an option on Sedodo, but I think a more conservative approach looking ahead. If we can get 2 more buy rounds out of this half, that will give us a great chance to push us to Dust 2 without requiring overtime.
All to play for. For the win. I mean, what a battle to get here, actually, right? A super solid opening to the second half. I'd argue if it even gets to overtime, that would be somewhat of a disappointment for them, for sure. Just got to keep your heads in it, though. They're going to go for another one of these fast A hits. They really did work for them in the past. The bomb just makes it down. No, it doesn't. The molly at the bottom. Oh, no. And that really is going to ruin things here. They've managed to retrieve it, but, you know, it's an early opener and a good bit of information for MIBR. A half buy off to a bad start. Diaz trapped in towards the cubby area, and he will indeed get taken down. Sedodo trying to help out, trying to get some kills on the Mac 10, but he can't. And now just the 2 of them left.
Finds a bit of damage, does KST, but not long for this world. 5 alive. Not that economy matters, because if you lose one, you're donezo. But that feels good. That feels really good for MIBR, and they've got the number now, because you saw in that round, Scriv, they deliberately mollied into the vent, expecting vent dives. So the playbook is starting to be read, starting to be unraveled. And if For the Win don't get a bomb plant here, this could be the last buy for them in regulation. This could not be any closer.
Another fast bout of utility. Turtle trying to get down. I think he has been heard here. Yeah, arrozdoce going to take him down. Really solid stuff. 5 on 4. Great flash outside, but needed more from Jota. They managed to get into cover, right? And, well, he needed them out in the open. Needed them nice and fresh. Henny, though, above the smoke. He's going to find a kill. That drops the bomb briefly as well. Bit more damage. So back into a 3 on 3 again. Not over till it's over. Exit's trying to catch them. Brenazan might be able to catch another, so it's all been split up for the win. They've tried to pick up the pace again in this round. It was pretty successful for them at the start of this half, but MIBR, they are conditioned, they are ready, and they are looking fierce. The man that opened the round will be the final one to fall, and, well, no bomb plant, money in the bin.
Wow, this is intense. That round was just a slugfest on outer. Flash through the smoke from Jota. He gets traded. And then endless stream of MIBR players, Brenazan in particular, taking duels. Henny's come alive in these last 3 or 4 rounds. Now topping the scoreboard. No AKs in the mix. Few Galils. Some upgraded pistols. This is bonkers. Overtime surely on the cards here in this game.
I think this map certainly deserves it, right? But for the win, they've pulled out some crazy moments so far on Nuke. They are fully committed downstairs. Brenazan ready for the B rush. It's a good read, but he's not quite able to find the damage that maybe he wanted from that position. Henny still holding at hell. They've kind of put the brakes on, so it gets strange. And as I said, Jota is down. Jota is ready.
He doesn't know where to look. Look, he's having to hold control, decon, and double doors, and ramp. Wow, he's got to make the perfect read. Does damage. 2 frags. Honestly, he couldn't have done anything more there, considering he had to fight off literally every angle.
Yeah, nearly got weird. Could be the linchpin play of this round, and certainly of the game. Oh, Diaz will get the kill onto the A1S, but can't pull it out fast enough to fend off the trades. Dodo left against 2. I mean, he's got the bomb on his back, but I was going to say he'll go for the open plant and he'll get, you know, taken down by the single door player. Turtle, though, has maybe jumped the gun a little bit early. Exit's now been heard. Dodo looking for the positional advantage above. And he certainly does have it. He just does not have that damn HP. Exit cannot see him. Cannot figure out where he is. Dodo has continued to walk along. And surely this is the spot to do it from. Oh, no, we can't get it. Exit, the HP, the difference. It will be overtime. It will be more rounds. And MIBR, they're not quite done with the 2-0 concept just yet. We'll catch you after the break. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, one and all. We are here for overtime. How did we get here? In so many facets of the question. MIBR, you know, everything pointed to them after the first half. Their map pick, 9 rounds on the T side. Then for the win, get themselves 7 in a row to hit 15. And MIBR managed to pull 5 in a row to get to overtime. So, a wild turn of affairs. MIBR, things are with them, 1xbet reckon. We'll have to see about that, shan't we? The flashes are a bit too good, maybe, from the T side. Everyone's left blind. Henny will find 2. Feel for the observer on that one. What a way to open up overtime. It's MIBR to take it. They continue the streak now to 6.
Oh, what a fast round. And again, a lot of what we saw working in regulation was the A-Pops catching Turtle and Exit off guard. Granted, neither of them is having a phenomenal game, but it's looking a lot better than it was at the start of that second half. So I fear for the win because a lot of their terrorist gun round wins did come off those A execs. And as we've seen towards the end of regulation and now in this first round of overtime, a big bow in their quiver looks to be disarmed, and they've got to look towards other places.
Diaz. Trying to sneak in through Mini here. I mean, it might be the move. Well-timed Molotov and a flash. Could get that back vent player, but they've not really considered it. He's going to come away with 1. His teammates a little awkwardly left out in the open, but they just cannot finish their dinner here on either of these kills. And Turtle somehow stays alive. Flash in through the smoke. He's working around it. He's being a bit spotted. He's being tagged. They know he's in the smoke. He comes away with nearly another kill. He certainly sets Jota up at the very least. And now, of course, just 2 remaining. Diaz very low. A no-scope from Stadodo, but it's not enough. Henny will take him down. 31 for Henny when that round is done. He's saving himself for Nuke, that's for sure. He's been a big part of this comeback to overtime, and now it looks like they have once again burnt for the win out. 2 in a row. Making it, of course, 7 overall.
Throw into the mix as well that Henny had a very troublesome Vertigo. Team still won, give him credit, but it wasn't the Henny we expected after what a great Pro League he has had thus far. And it's a real shame, I think, actually, the For the Win don't have any more pauses because they could use one right now. 1 T round would be massive here to make this all the more doable, but it's not a good start. A Gill's taken low, nade finishes the job script. This is crumbling for the win.
The extra level required, the 11 on the dial. Not there for the win, like I mentioned. It was a very similar circumstance on Vertigo, so we'll see here. I mean, yeah, looks like they're going to have to get 3 in a row, unless the big man can do something crazy. And I don't think it will happen for him. Map like Nuke, pretty tough to pull off insane rounds like this. Misses the no-scope at the first hurdle, so that will be that. 18-15. And now MIBR, they've got 3 in a row to close us out, mate.
As a reminder, regulations were 9-6 T sides of both squads, and MIBR, especially at the start of that terrorist side, right at the start of this map, looks so comfortable. So comfortable taking space and exploiting advantages. And Henny might be the top of the scoreboard, but I think Biranizan was a huge factor in a lot of those T rounds. And as you've mentioned, 3 shots at the dice. One of them's going to land a 6, I feel.
Oh, nasty bit of spam. Jota actually, I figured he would have gone lower than that, but not going to be the case. Here's the dissipate of the smokes. Dodo going to find Henny. And the bomb is dropped. It's recoverable, but still a bit annoying. Arrozdoce is down, ready and waiting. Is there a T already on? No, there's not a T on the site, but a bit weird. Boost up comes in. That's a lovely little frag. Arrozdoce got to find 1 from here at the very least, and he can't. The panic setting in. That looks so awkward, doesn't it? And it might just indeed spell the end. 4v3 now.
It was such a good position. They saw bomb. They knew players were down lower. Nobody could come back up secret because Dodo was trained, and Wow, how the tables have turned. 2 players are down. Diaz trying to make his way over. The lurker still having presence. That's exit. And Diaz actually managed to sneak into control. I don't think Birenizan has any idea a player is all the way up. But look at this. Exit's being activated. Exit's being activated. This could be an awesome mid-round call if he finds A open.
Diaz, though, evens up the numbers. Yep, and here it is. They're up that vent. Bomb going to go down. Jota finding Diaz on the way out. Looking good, isn't it? They're going to have so much time. Molotov and a smoke. I mean, both players probably wanting to come in from heaven, so really going to be difficult. Yeah. And just going to send it. A couple flashes. Maybe going to result in a kill. I think they were all a bit blind in that scenario. Either way, 2 versus 2 now. Bomb planted open for these players. Tap onto said bomb. Turtle going to get up, down. Stododo looking to hold on. There's no one on the bomb. 1 kill. Jota can't find it. And they will just about get the defuse in. Thank God for Stododo on that hold. For the win. Survive another day.
Oh, that was as close as can be. And great flashes to get out of heaven. They threw 2. T's turn the first. Look back after it pops. And the second does all the work. If they don't throw those 2 flashes in perfect synchronicity, they're going home without a win. Massive round. 2 to go, though. Oh, this is a lot of fun for the win. Can they really do this? 2 more required.
Early utility coming out. No face off of it. Oh, the spam pretty good, though. Diaz might even have been heard. Nonetheless, it's good to get that early damage in. Agile holding the hut. Minute 30, MIBR not really wanting to send anything out too early.
Smoke's being lined up. Only Jota's over here, though. Bomb yet to choose a direction, but it looks like it's going to be A. Diaz is in secret. Molotov should force him back a little bit, as the bomb is actually making its way over. Creeping outside the side of Mini. Arrozdoce finds an angle, communicates that information. Diaz tries to swing off the back of it and hits the deck. Big first frag and options available now for the win.
.40 seconds, MIBR not making any noise. Down to 30. Gotta start making a move here, fellas. They got the kill, but they don't really know where to go with it by the looks of it. It's going to be a very late A hit. Arrozdoce in for the first. This is really solid positioning now, to be honest. Agile going to get another. More damage coming in. There's only 10 seconds to get the bomb down. They've not even really found the kills that they need to get. And at this point, I feel like the round is over. 7 seconds. Turtle's left on 6. He can't get that bomb down. Yeah, and they've just not given themselves enough time. What a weird turn of affairs in overtime. And we might now be on the back of a second because of that.
Wow, what a turnaround. Another where MIBR are in a man advantage. They're in a good position. They just can't convert. What a contrast to what we saw in the first half of regulation, where the composure was there. And MIBR did convert a lot of afterplants. So here we go. 1 more for the win. They've already done the impossible up against 3 series points. 1 more required before we head to double OT, and that is the opening pick they dearly desired.
Wow. Gets a second as well. You would have thought caught off reloading, but no, he is crispy with it. Nice and aware to take down Birenizan, who is one of the bigger names on the server right now. Everything pointing towards another overtime here. Yeah, 2-man advantage should surely be enough for a CT side on Nuke. What a thing it would be if they could pull this back. Stododo gets a bit cheeky, and Henny will take him down.
Ooh, Turtle's down.
It's getting in, though, isn't it? That's a problem. He's all by himself. We'll see. These next sort of 20, 30 seconds and the engage that comes with it will be really, really telling.
Ramp is being taken. Turtle's just clearing out all the options for rotations. What's the call here? They're going to go down and hope that he finds a rotator. That would be a ballsy call, Scriv, because he's not actually able to help with clearing the site. Comes off now. And Tony's got a great angle to trade. What a frag. Nobody's nearby on the retake. 3-on-3. This could be the moment.
For the win. Bit too tense, bit too respectful maybe. And they have indeed let the ball slip. It's still recoverable. Exit. Hidden in this corner. He's got the low HP player to deal with. He finds this one. That's going to be the ramp player taken down. I think Diaz knows where he's at, but timing. Beautifully read from Exit to go for the look. It's all down to the remaining one now. Arrozdoce. Can he get it done? Tap onto the bomb. They'll open the doors. There's no real time for this, and he has to just move and find the kills. He cannot get them. 19-17. What a final map for both of those teams. You really do have to say it's a fantastic recovery from MIBR, but that run back from For the Win after a poor CT side is also nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, I think, so obviously both of the teams were out of playoff contention. They're both sparring for the bottom end of the group. But what we wanted before the series was both teams to show their strengths, to have a close game, and